And one. Welcome everybody to the hot seat, your Thursday night addiction. Guys, we have a great show for you tonight. Look at that handsome guest in the bottom there. Guys, I am so excited to talk to Red. And for those of you guys who asked, yes, we've had Red on the hot seat before, but that was when with Hobo was running the hot seat. So we wanted Red back on to talk about some things in the community that he's doing. He's been a very inspiring things going on right now, and inspired me to do something. So, Kent, what's going on over there? You look like you're dying, son.
Guess who left his volume up this week?
Oh, it was you. Oh, look at that. That's a good pour right there, Red.
Oh, yeah. If you see me glancing off up here, I with all this beauty on the bottom of the screen, I got to have Red on the big screen tonight. So
I love
my man. I love you.
All right, Kent, why don't you say hi to the people and set the super shot price, all that good stuff.
Do you want me to say where the super shot money is going, or would you like to do that? Okay,
go for it.
We're gonna do $25 super shot tonight. Now, all of the super shots will be going to our guests, Red's Barbecue Relief charity. So CJ is going to have a little more about that in a minute. So $25 tonight. Everything from tonight's show goes to the man on the bottom of the screen, our brother Red.
All right, Dutch, thank you, sir. All right, so a couple things I want to get out of the way before we get to the interview. If you guys would like to donate directly to Red's charities, it's down below in the description. If you want to do a super shot, we'll get it to them too. I will cover the 30% that YouTube takes. So it's whatever's easiest for you guys, okay? So there we go. Tom's in there with Corey, Cooking with Corey gave the first super shot before we even got started. He wasn't going to be able to make it tonight. So we put a super shot in there. Tom, we got you for 25. Nigel put the 10 pounds in there from all the way from the UK. All right. So the other thing I want to talk about is there is some silly shit going on in the world right now. All right. It's pissed me off. I'm sure it's pissed a lot of people off. And as much as I try, I don't like talking about politics on our channel or during the hot seat unless it's funny and I could fuck with Josh. That's the only time I want to talk politics. But I put something on my own personal Facebook this week questioning the leadership of the country, not just Trump. I'm talking about right, left, middle, all that shit. All right. And I had someone straight up call me or tell me that I didn't love America. Now, that shit hit home because, one, I thought the person was a friend, and two, I love America. I do everything in my life to support first responders, veterans, anything and everything I can do. So to be called that this week really, fucked me up, straight up. So if I see any silly shit going on in the chat, I will kick you out. I don't care what friends we are or, whatever. If I see some back in the forth chat, it's fucking done. All right. This week has been fucked. All right. In America, in the world, it's been fucked. So we're going to use Thursday night to have a good time. And we're going to do some shots and we're going to talk to Red and we're going to give Dutch shit like I do every fucking week. And we're not going to have bullshit in the chat. I hope everybody understands that. And I hope we can move on for that. All right. So the other thing I want to say is I know there's people. Fuck you, Dutch. I know there's people that feel different ways about what's going on in the world right now. But I'm going to thank the cops in our life. So, Josh, thank you for putting up and being out there in the world. We know you're a good cop. We know you're not one of those guys smacking people around unjudiciously and all that. Jimmy from Cuff and Stuff, he's another one we're going to recognize. And if I miss any police officers that we know in the chat, let me know. And I'll Red, you're a police officer.
I'm a federal agent.
Federal agent. So you have to deal with bullshit in the world that we couldn't even imagine. So thank you, Red. And, obviously your service has always been appreciated. We know your military background. And so we thank you for that. Again, no silly shit tonight. I swear to Christ. I can't deal with it. This week has been a kick in the balls for everybody. And I just want to have some fun tonight. So we're going to get all this shit out of the way. And let's move on. All right. So on that note, Red Banks, my brother, my boo, my home skillet. How you doing, Sugar?
I'm better now that I'm looking at these beautiful gentlemen on my screen, and it's great to be here, guys. Thank you so much. It's an honor. I want to say a big cheers to all of you and to everybody that's in the chat for supporting me all the time. Man, I love this stuff, and I can't tune in enough, but I definitely rewatch, and man, you guys are doing an amazing, amazing job.
Right on. Tom and Nigel, thank you, brother. What's up?
No, Uncle Steve.
I love me some Uncle Steve, baby.
Well, I gotta say this because
not
only did I get this beautiful T-shirt in the mail today.
Yeah, and it's a bigger size.
I got the travel size, and I got the sweet and spice here today. I actually got 2 of each of these. And Steve, to be honest with you, the preacher almost got left out. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Steve, I have your shirt right behind me. I was going to rock it, but then we walked into the same room and it felt a little awkward. So I changed my shirt back.
My daughter, Giovanna, has Steve's shirt, and she wears it a lot better than you ugly mugs.
There it is. All right, GT's keeping it in there. Red, thank you for your service and all you do. Cheers, GT.
Cheers.
We got there is one other gentleman I think we need to thank, and that's our favorite flight attendant.
Oh, yes. Kris?
So, yes.
I'm glad you didn't say stewardess.
Well, you said no bullshit in the chat, so
all right.
You jackass.
It's funny. All right, let me shout out some people. So, Kris, cheers, buddy. I'll give a shout out to all the first responders out there. You guys know my brother's a firefighter. Granted, he ain't in the big city, but
you guys gonna have me all kinds of fucked up tonight.
He's still out there doing the dang thing. So, who deleted chicken fried barbecue?
Yeah. My man, Houston's in the house.
Yeah, well,
I got deleted. He said bullshit. What are we talking about? What's up with chicken fry?
I don't know.
Whatever. All right. Hope everything's like the bullshit's already starting. All right. Shane put $10 in there. Uncle Steve sent me a new package today. Super glad, thankful. Right on. All right. Let's shout out some people in the chat besides the ones dropping tips in there. We have Madwood Barbecue. Terry, how you doing? Keith Bettag is always keeping score. Scotty in for the grills in there. Keith, I just said Keith. Nigel is in there. Stephen and Jacqueline. Eric from Camp House Barbecue. Jim, Suburban Barbecue. Sierra, obviously Chicken Fried Barbecue's in there. Eastwood Farms, we just talked about here. Grumpus on Fire. GT's in there. I see Josh is in there. I'm not sure is Bethany with you, but say hi to Bethany if she's in there. Let's see. Shane just dropped the $10 in us for us. Tom's Food Factory, Leprechaun, Oso, Miss Booger's in the chat. Cypress Blue. Call Me Tuts in there. Sean Hoppy Hopkins is in Facebook. Babe is here, right on. Sean Hoppy Hopkins is in there. Long's Quest, Dano's Pit Patio Barbecue, Morningwood Barbecue. God, I love that one. And his name's Woody. That's just, it can't get any better than that. Russell from Raspberry Rock, how you doing, buddy? Lovely Lisa, what's up? And I think that's it. If I missed you, I'll catch you next go. Oh, sent 1,000. James, how you doing, my friend? Smoking Joe's Pit BBQ. What's up, brother? I messaged you. I hope you got to see it. Who else? Am I missing anybody? I think we're good.
Babe is here. Bethany is here.
I saw that. So, hi, Bethany. How you doing?
Jack, wait. Nothing. Go ahead.
I'm dude, Red, fucking 2 years of this. Almost 2 years of this shit. Every fucking week.
And you think he would be a well-oiled machine by now.
Welcome.
You're lucky to ever get a
Wally,
gift from that man.
Adam,
you're so lucky. You're like that wart on your balls that you just want to get away.
A wart on his balls.
Yes, he is.
Mega Fred, what's up, brother? How you doing, man? All right, so tonight's show's it's a little bit different. Oh, there he is. Larry Highland, how you doing? Papa Larry's Backyard Barbecue. Damn you, bro, you miss me. Fuck, there's a lot of people going. All right, Larry, you could get in the car and come to the house and watch this with me, dude.
Nice.
You're like around the freaking corner.
You're
Joe,
lucky.
in the house. What's up, brother? Let's see here.
If I was around the corner, I'd be in your lap.
Damn right you would.
Fucking A.
You'd feel it. You know what was up.
I'd have motorboat the shit out of you.
Oh, I'll take it. All right. I said Bad Beast Barbecue, I think. Daryl, how you doing, bud? All right. So the show's obviously starting off a little different. It's not the usual, but bullshit. I don't know. But we're not going to go with the usual questions that we normally ask. I may throw one or two in there because I've changed things up since we were on with Hobo. But I really just want to talk about the charity, Red Force One, what was your inspiration, all that good stuff.
Wonderful.
So before we get started with that, guys, at Daddy Dutch Barbecue,
Hey, do not be doing Bugger's job. I got yelled at for it last week. And she was still pissed at me this week. I left her a nice comment on her video, and she laid into me. And I said, you know what? It's federal law. You cannot be mad at a Sasquatch for more than 2 days. Look it up in your citizenship book.
Shut up, Ken. All right. So, Red, tell me how you've been in the last 5, 6, 7, 8 months. What's going on in life, bro?
Man, thank you so much. I've been on a journey. I remember starting the YouTube channel, and I've always talked about being on the journey of barbecue and love, family, and passion and barbecue. And, things have evolved, through the business idea and having a day job, full day job, and then actually designing Red Force One with East Texas Smoker Company out of Tyler, Texas. Being able to work with them for over a year to design what I call my proof of concept of a restaurant on wheels. And man, anywhere I go, people are amazed at what they see. And that to me speaks volumes of, we did a good job, but at the same time, we have to be cognizant of how are we going to evolve, because I don't like to be stagnant. I don't want to be known as, it's the same thing over and over. But at the same time, I want to be able to provide the environment, because I've always said Reds isn't about the barbecue or the pizza, because I feel like so many great people do great barbecue and do great pizza. I also do great barbecue and great pizza, but I provide memories. I provide the backdrop, the background music, which is the food, to have people come to Red Force One and hang out for hours. And then by the time they're done, there's no check involved. There's no whatever. They've already paid. They're just hanging out. That's what Reds is. Reds is the destination in life. Reds is about making memories. And I've always said, a lot of people know my story about me and losing my wife 8 years ago and having my kids, be my rock and everything else. So for me, life has been about evolution, and it's been about redefining who I am as a person, as a dad, as a friend, and now as a very important community member because of Red's Barbecue Relief.
Right on, man. I think, a lot of us know who you are or subscribe or whatever. We've been friends for a long time, and we've watched this little journey go along, and to me it's been very inspiring. When we were going through all this, started the COVID and all that stuff, and I'm watching you do these meals, it made me want to go. We went to Costco, got a couple briskets, cooked for our firefighters. It wasn't the less unfortunate, but you wanted to do something, right?
Yeah.
You want to be better. You want to be a better person.
I love that.
And I think a lot of people can, relate to that, especially in these times of some effed upness in the world.
I don't think about those effed up things, right? I really don't, because I truly, even though I work for the government, I don't watch the news. Everyone's like, "Oh, did you see the news?" I'm like, "No, I didn't," because I live in my own little world where there's enough going on. I don't need anybody's influence. And to be honest with you, the media, knowing who the media is, depending on what channel you watch, is how they spin it. Right. I just don't care. I believe in what I believe in, and I love 100% of everybody. That's all I care about.
I agree with that. It's funny that the media has become so in the forefront of things, which it really could be. It should not be the topic. It should be the reporting, but it's so sensationalized. It is driving everybody to drink. See, it just made you drink right now.
It's called unicorn vomit, actually, by the way.
Is that no shit?
Yeah, it's a triple IPA with watermelon, 12.8 ABV.
Dude, I'll have to look that up. I love watermelon. So, let's see a couple more people before we get to the next one. See here, Texas style barbecue and cuisine. Chef Johnny's in the chat. How you doing, Chef? 1984 barbecue. Bushy Bato. Big Rome's Barbecue Empire. How you doing, Big Rome? Camp House Barbecue and Just Jenna. How you guys doing? I appreciate everybody being here. It's gonna be a great show tonight. So before we get going on, the whys and hows, I want to talk about that rolling restaurant you have. Let's talk about Red Force One and where did how did you come together with it? What was your mindset? How did you set it up? Kind of roll with that.
Right. All right. So when I began to think about a restaurant concept, I began to think of like who I am, what do I like to do? And everyone's always asked me, I'm sure they always like to ask you guys too, what's your favorite food? Right. And I'll be honest, like I can't decide between barbecue and pizza. It's a toss up, I'm like, depends on what day it is. So for me, it's all about the barbecue and the pizza. And for me, it's Napolitano style pizza because I prefer the thin, light, airy, crunchy, fresh, kind of pizza. And then the barbecue, low and slow, and I've been working with Andy, who's Myron Mixon's barbecue pit master here, and his restaurant. It looks like we're going into business now, hopefully in the near future, to expand Reds. And now I will have Myron Mixon's pitmaster with me full time.
Oh, wow.
So, through this ordeal, and creating the menu, I believe that my menu needs to stand alone. I have a 1-page menu and 3 cuisines. I've got Napolitano pizza, I've got, Brazilian barbecue, and I've got U.S. regional barbecue. And I think that when you talk about regional barbecue, I studied a lot of barbecue. I read a lot of books. I went to different places. I went to go to Aaron Franklin's masterclass. I attended all kinds of different stuff. I really became a student of the game, because I wanted to learn the different concepts and who did it best, and then kind of tweak it a little bit and then create Reds effect. Yeah, because the bottom line is, they do great product, but they don't create the destination. He creates the destination through people waiting in line for hours and hours on end. But when I open up Reds and I have Red Force One, I talked to Mara Forney, who is a company out of Beltsville, Maryland, who they are the largest distributors of Napolitano-style pizza ovens. And when they heard my vision, and I talked to Yoder Smokers, I was in talks with Yoder for a long time to build Red Force One, they wanted to put me into their competition smokers, which is amazing, but at the same time, that's not my vision. You know, that's their vision. That's kind of how they want to do competitions, and that's how I do want to evolve to that. But I wanted to have one product that somebody listens to me and they say, you know what, I hear you, and you want to do barbecue, you want to do pizza, and you want to do Brazilian barbecue. And so I told them, the company over East Texas Smoker Company, what I wanted to do, and their engineers put together their Saturday night special is what they call it. And it's the basically the outline of Red Force One, but they've never done one with a pizza oven. So then Mara Forney, the pizza oven that I have is a one of a kind. There's 3 in the United States right now. The pizza oven gets up to 900 degrees. The bricks are from Mount Vesuvius.
Damn.
It's very historic. Every square inch of that rig is properly planned. So when I brought it to Virginia, I had no less than 6 health inspectors come inspect, because the rules have never been written to talk about an open air destination style concept restaurant that I have. And so they were blown away. And so for me, it was kind of a revelation, because I knew I had something on my hands. And every time I rolled to a Home Depot or giant supermarket and this and that, they're like, "You're red," you know? And so I become unique. I'm like the unicorn, literally. And so, but everybody in the wineries, the breweries, the German market that's in Reston, Virginia, you know, they're starting to call East Texas Smoker Company to build their own. So we're actually working with the health department right now to define the standards of an open air, you know, concept kitchen. You know, it's very unique. And so for me, it was about being able to show the world how to make memories, how to cook and smoke and do whatever I need to do, but at the same time be clean. I need to be 100% clean. And so when people look at my area, I can't hide behind anything. You know, everything is available for you to see. So I'm exposed, like I'm nude, and I kind of like it, you know?
Right on. Is it set up so that you can run it by yourself, or do you need to have the team with you?
It depends. If I am doing a, you know, party, if I'm doing a private event. So this kind of all got started by me coming from Brazil, coming here to the U.S., and that's kind of when I was watching, you know, T-Roy and Amum and Claymum and Daddy Dutch and, you know, CJ and everybody else doing their YouTube channels, and that's when I started. But that's kind of the whole evolution of the process. And so whenever I was doing it, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to start doing my barbecue. And I walk into the place that I go do get my hair cut. And so it's predominantly all black, right? So I grew up in that kind of society to where all my friends are black, and I love that kind of attention to detail they give at a barbershop. So I've got my peeps who I go to the barbershop, and all of the Redskins get their haircut there, which I'm a Cowboy fan, right? And so I'm like, fuck. And they know me as Red, and they don't know me as anything else other than Red. And I love that. And so when I walked in one time, one of the guys, it was a lineman from the Redskins, and he was talking about he's going to have a party, this and that, and da-da-da. And then the barber was like, "Hey, you know Red?" He goes, and they started talking about Red, and I'm like across the chair from him, but he doesn't know me. And then he goes, "No, I got to meet this, you know," and then the N-word, right? And I'm like, he's right there. He's like, "That white boy?" I'm like, ah. I started laughing. I'm like, dude, I'm like, the moment you put my meat in your mouth, you're going to stop talking trash. And he's like, I like that guy.
Oh, man, that's a good time right there. All right, real quick before the next question, let's get a shot in there. Also, Jimmy, thanks a lot, brother. We put a super shot in there for you. All right, we got a couple more people. And got Camp Meat Barbecues in there. Big Rob D. Charlie Pickles is in the house. Charlie, this is a guaranteed no timeout night for you, buddy.
I don't know about guaranteed.
All right, well, it's a semi-guarantee. 60% of the time, is guaranteed every time, so you'd be all right. It's your easy. Did you say hi to Easy Bake? I didn't see him roll through.
Is Jason here?
Yep.
All right, Jason, how you doing, bud? Ray from Nukem BBQ, how you doing, brother?
What up, Ray?
Guys, we are taking all the super shots tonight, and we're donating them to Red and Red Force One and Red's charities. If you'd like to skip the super shot process, links are down below to his organizations, so feel free to do that. Either way, I'm going to make up the difference between the YouTube, what they take, or you can donate straight to him. So he's going to get as much money as possible tonight, and then I'm going to get some lap dances from him later. But that's in the after show. Hit me up later if you want the links. Kent, you okay back there? You kind of stood up with that one. He's like, lap dances? What?
Whenever you say lap dances, you always say lap dances for the big guy. My ears perk up.
Exactly. All right, cool. Just something I picked up on when you said you had 6 inspectors come out there.
Yeah.
How were they accommodating? Were they skeptical? Were they,
100% skeptical? And it was 6 females. And here's, I'm not sexist. I'm not biased. I'm not anything.
Right.
I went there. I talked to the sheriff. The sheriff gave me the written notice. Here you go. You're good. The fire department came. Hey, you know what? This is a beautiful rig. I love the axes on all your smokers and all your Santa Maria grills. Beautiful. I can't wait to have you over. And then the health inspectors come. Man, you would think I walked into an air fryer. It was nuts. Like I couldn't say one right word. And I was, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am, this and that,
Right,
and da-da-da. And it was funny because during that process, the fire marshal walked away because he realized how badly I was getting beat up.
That sucks, man.
It's funny because I finished the process, and their end goal was they weren't going to approve me for a Virginia-wide permit. They wanted to isolate me to Loudoun County, which is the richest county in the United States. And it's insane. I'm okay with that. But at the same time, like being a Marine, working for the government, I tried to say, you shouldn't say no right away. You should say, you know what? Yes. And then let's work backwards to try to make it work. They're going to show me who's the boss. I don't care who you are. I'm going to tell you what the rules and the rules and regulations are. If you need a Virginia-wide permit, you need to have 4 walls, a window, and a door to have the Virginia. I'm like, so you need to be a food truck. And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, that doesn't make sense because they're like, well, wait a minute. If you look at your rig now, you can have bacteria and bugs like fly through everything, right? I'm like, okay, hold that thought. Look at every food truck that's out there. You don't think that they open up a window to order? You don't think they have a door open whenever they're doing sales in the middle of July and the swamp-ass heat of Virginia? I'm like, of course they do. And like, oh, that's beside the point. I'm like, okay. And at that moment, I knew no matter what I said, I was not going to win. And then the other, in my line of work, we call it a clue. The other factor was, I was like, they were like, oh, but if you go to a winery, a brewery, and they create an event, then you can attend that event, and that's for you. But you can't go to the side of the road and sell barbecue as you wish. I'm like, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. So if I want to go to a winery, a brewery, or whatever, and a community and sell barbecue, they got to create the event, and I go. But if I want to go to the side of the road and sell, I can't. Like, yeah. I'm like, what's the difference? And like, they're creating an event. I'm like, you're fucking stupid. And I couldn't win. Because it would be the big bad Marine arguing with the little ladies. And I knew it.
So what's the final outcome of that? Are you just only in Loudoun County?
Yeah, so I'm Loudoun County, but I went to Arlington and Fairfax, which are the other counties right next to us, which are wicked rich, and I got approved for them immediately. They found out who I was. They knew I got certified through Loudoun County. So now that I got Fairfax, Loudoun County, and Arlington, I don't need anybody else. I can go out to West Virginia and sell anytime I want, and they're 50 minutes away. You know, and I got like an event lined up in September for September 11th for 600 people, and it's just like they don't need anything except for who I am.
That's insane, man. It's the bureaucracy is insane for sure.
Yep.
All right, we got a couple more people jumping in the chat. KC from North Texas Barbecue Addicts is in there. Kenneth, what's up?
Nice.
Buddy?
What up, Kenneth?
Sweet Lou Barbecue's in there. Lou Calamides, what's up, brother? I would like to say one more shout out for Jason at Easy Bake Barbecue for another super shot. Jason,
shit. Cheers.
We got 59 in the chat. Craig just jumped in from behind the garage. How you doing, guys? If I missed you, say hi in the chat. I'll catch you around.
Hey, you guys like this hat, by the way? CJ gave this to me. I won it.
You were probably one of the first people I sent anything to, like for a giveaway. I think it was a giveaway or some shit like that.
It was.
Yeah, like a subscriber giveaway or whatever. Damn it, what, probably 2 years ago? You know?
I'm a faithful follower of you and Kent. Ish.
I follow Kent sometimes.
Well, it's great talking to you, Rand. Have a great night.
Kent's here. Oh, wow, that's cool. Hey, Kent, how's it going?
Lewis, LT, Our Shack Barbecue. What's up, buddy?
What up?
Lewis got another Weber grill this week.
He was my inspiration to lose so much weight.
Really? Right on.
Yes. Through his journey of health incidents.
Oh, right.
You know, it made me go to the doctor. And that opened me up over a year ago, and I lost 63 pounds since. Hey, that's a hint, Daddy Dutch.
Why are you hitting that at me, man? I'm definitely. All right, Stingman's in there. Ricky the Meat Star, what's up? Ricky, how you doing, brother? Oh my God, I need to have Lewis inspire me, man, because I definitely need to get on that train.
You were on. But you kind of got sidetracked.
I got sidetracked.
You did. You were on the path.
I was on the path to righteousness, and then, fucking life got in the way. Who knows?
Life got in the way. Life always gets in the way.
Yeah, I need to go back to doing speed. I'll be fine.
Whoa!
Go back to that.
Only off a hooker's ass.
Little
off of a hooker's ass.
Got it. All right. I hope CJ's okay.
I like the little meth diet.
The all meth diet. Not only do you lose weight, you lose your teeth, so you can't eat anymore.
Especially the way Red cooks it. It's so fucking chewy.
Oh, shit. There it is.
Hey, don't let me enter a competition with you, because if there's two people in the competition, you're going to finish 15th.
And you'll be 16th. It's all right.
Oh, my God. You guys are the worst at math. You are the worst at math.
Hey, Kelly boy.
Yeah. All right. Take a shot from Miss Boogs. Miss Boogs put $50 in there. Is that 50 US or 50 Canadian? Thanks, Miss Boogs.
Cheers.
Well, if it's 50 Canadian, it's only 35 US.
All right. Mr. Homeowner's in the chat. Long time no see, brother. How's it going?
Hey, what's happening?
Good to see you in there, man. I still catch your videos now and then. Thanks for coming around, though.
Actually, I think he had one. I think I got the notification during the show. One just come out. So
nice, dude. You got the good shit out tonight. I just got some built in.
Only for you guys. Hey, let me know. Yeah, so this is Jack Daniel's single barrel. They made it from my organization. We did the Centennial, and so they made 3 barrels of the single barrel whiskey, and I got 12 bottles, and this is the very last bottle of my 12 bottles.
I was going to say, how much? I'll send it. I want one. Mr. Homeowner put 25 in there. What's New Barbecue in there? Another 25. Cheers. We got a double coming up, guys.
Oh, shit.
I saw
one. Now I'm going up for 2. Oh, this is going to be a nasty night.
Oh, we're going to be hurting for sure. Oh.
All right, number 2.
This booger said, shout out to myself for the super shot.
Nice bugger.
Woo!
I love Booger. Booger is the most beautiful thing. Man, she's lucky she's married. She's lucky.
She's lucky, dude. I love Miss Booger, dude. I can't wait.
She's amazing. Amazing woman.
And I'll fill up Tom too. I give them both good squeezes.
Absolutely.
Hey,
Let's see here. Mr. Homer said he made some tacos tonight on the Blackstone. That sounds good to me. Why does that get a middle? Does that a fuck out? What is that? Oh shit! Did I freeze?
Oh, he froze. No, he froze.
I don't know. He may have not frozen. He likes to act like that sometimes.
Really? No, he froze. He
Yeah,
froze.
he froze.
Yeah.
Goddamn Iowa internet. That is like the best spot to freeze right there, though.
It is. I'm gonna take a picture of that
get
monkey.
that on camera. Someone screenshot that for me.
Screenshot that monkey right now. You're like, hey,
Oh, that's awesome.
selfie.
There you
Oh
go.
shit! It went away. Oh, you gotta. God damn it!
I was trying.
I was about to hook it up with a screenshot. Motherfucker.
All right, so let's chat. We'll chat with Dawgfatha for a little while.
He'll come in.
You want to get big here? Let's get.
He always comes.
Oh, that's the wrong big here. There we go. Oh, Joe got it. All right.
Is he here? Oh, good,
Hold
Joe.
on.
Thank you, Joe.
All right, hold on. All right. I think Dutch is frozen again.
Dude, that's hilarious.
Let's see here. We got it. I saw Joe. Joe and Lep sent me the picture.
You fucked up, Daddy Dutch.
That's brilliant, dude. There we go. There we go. It's going on Facebook.
Good
There we go.
job.
Dutch,
Hey,
you back?
Thank you, Joe. Thank you so much for capturing that moment.
That's my new Christmas card.
you know what that is? This is time out. This is wait a fucking minute.
you got had.
Guys,
That's all right. That's
Dude.
all right.
Dude, guys, that is our hot seat Christmas card this year.
Dude, I love it. I love it.
Hey, glad I could contribute.
No, that's fucking awesome. And I appreciate everybody who sent me one.
About time.
That's awesome. All right. So Native Meats Jet D is in there. Jet, you were in there on your other personal one, it looks like. All right. Dad Incredible Todd, how you doing? Mike Montoya, all the way from 29 Palms. Is in the chat. What's up, Mike? How you doing, brother? All right. So one more question, then we'll kick it over to Kent.
No.
No, we're not kicking it over to you tonight.
I don't have any questions.
No shit.
Really?
Really?
You can't
Really?
make something up on the fly. Seriously.
Okay, I can pick one or two up.
Hussey's in the chat. Hungry Hussey's in there.
Hussy.
What's up, Matty Ice?
Teach me how to hussy. Teach me how to hussy.
I thought it was teach me how to.
Well, whatever. It is what it is.
Yeah, it works. It works. I think there are so many people sending that picture into the Hot Seat Survivors group.
Yeah.
Did you say Hussey was here?
Hungry Hussey with your chair wine. You got some chair
With a
wine.
little cheer wine.
That's awesome.
Goes great with Mike Lowry's seasoning.
Lowry. Mike Lowry. All right, guys. Make sure you guys are sharing this. Let's get some butts in the seats. I think the most we've seen is 59. Let's double that. Come on, let's get some people in there.
Let's double that.
Share it on your Facebook. Share it on your Insta.
I wish
If
I
you got
could share.
Twitter.
How can I share that monkey?
And if you can share it, use my picture. It'll
You
help.
should.
That'll
You should.
definitely get some people in the seats for sure. All right, so Larry, share it. Oh.
Especially if, oh man, I didn't think about that. My
If
buddy,
you guys
my
share
buddy
it,
the pastor made
tag
me watch.
me on it on Facebook because people will see that.
Yeah, tag everybody. I want to talk about how you get that big rig around. How are you pulling that bad boy around?
So it was funny. Like I had my Chevy Suburban that I bought in 2018, And I was using that for a while. And through the process of elimination, I realized in March that this event of Red's Barbecue Relief was going to continue on. And my suspension, there's no way, that would keep up. So I went to the dealer and I was like, hey, this is who I am. This is what I'm doing. Do you have anything available? Because at the time, like, they're talking about 0% finance for 8 years and this and that and blah, blah, blah. And so even then they came out with a price like that's way out of my league. And then they came in, hey, but we've got this one vehicle. It's the Chevy 2500 that's sitting behind me over here. And that we've had it, and we'll give you a $10,000 discount. And we'll give it to you for $2,500. It's got 1,600 miles. And so I bought it.
Wow.
Yeah, so they're like, we saw you on TV.
$2,500.
Yeah.
Damn, Gina.
You get wait. You got a 3/4 ton Chevy, a 2015?
Yeah, 17.
For 2,500?
Yeah, 2,500. Right back here.
Man, dude.
Was it hot?
No, it was sitting on the lot, and they were like, we saw you on NBC4. And we understand what you're doing. We want to be able to help out with Red's Barbecue Relief.
Freaking insane. That is awesome, brother.
I think things happen for a reason, man. And it was funny because I don't deliver barbecue. Like, that's not what I do. And there was this one person that reached out to me through Facebook, and they were like, hey, we want barbecue on a Wednesday. I'm like, I don't deliver on a Wednesday. Like, I don't deliver. It's not what I do. But I felt like I needed to. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to barbecue anyways for my family. I'll barbecue for you. So I did, and I delivered. And when they opened the door and here in Leesburg, it was them. And they were like, oh, wow, it's you, Red. I'm like, yeah, it's me. And they were like, we expected like a driver. I'm like, no. Like it's just me. Like, Red's Barbecue is one person. And so they're like, have you ever thought about doing Red's Barbecue as a 501c3? I'm like, I have. And at that point, we had gone like 2 or 3 weeks of Red's Barbecue Relief. And I was like, I don't have the time to invest in as far as investigating what it takes, how much it takes. Right. And they look, if you invest the time, we'll give you the money that it takes. Wow. So I called the company LegalZoom, who I deal with my business through Red's Barbecue, and within 10 days I was set up as a 501c3, and that same couple that bought barbecue that Wednesday purchased my 501c3 for me.
Wow, man, that's beautiful.
It is. I don't even know what to say, because everything was, I don't deliver to anybody. I don't do it. Right. But them, I felt as though it was deserved, and what they had to say was worth it. And so for me, it look what I have now. To me, I've got a 501c3.
There's really nothing more to say than this. That's awesome. But I'm a big believer in karma. I believe in what goes around comes around, and I believe that if you do good without thinking you're going to get anything in, you're not doing it to better your position in life. Right. You're doing it good because you're a good person. Good things sometimes happen to good people, and that's what I believe happened right there.
Yeah, I think sometimes definitely is the key word there.
Yeah, because I agree. Sometimes bad shit happens to bad people, or bad shit happens to good people too.
That's true.
It's funny.
That's true.
My ex-wife, her father was a pastor, and I didn't grow up with religion really, but through that family I started going to church and stuff, and I would always ask him, like, why does good things happen to bad people? It would always trail off into a conversation, but I do believe that if you're not trying to get anything in return, you're not doing it for the pub. You're not doing it for NBC or whatever. You know, you're gonna be rewarded in life somewhere, somehow. And it's a personal belief. It's not. I'm not trying to throw it to the world, or I'm not like Hare Krishna over here and all that. But it's just my feeling about it.
I've got a cool story for you, CJ. Like this whole thing kicked off, and maybe this was like going to evolve into a question that maybe you had.
Okay.
So the whole thing in mid-March kicked off with my son Lucas, who always comes on the channel with me, and he's my foodie, and he's lost like 16 pounds since this has happened. So like he's dedicated himself to himself and become very, very fit and very big, and he's only in 3rd grade. So he came to me and he said, "Dad, I've got a buddy who is not going to receive his free meals through Loudoun County, which is the richest county in the United States."
Right.
And because his parents work in DC. And so instead of calling that family, because that could be very awkward, I called up the school and I was like, "Hey, look, I'm willing to donate whatever I've got and in order to make this happen, because you guys are doing a good thing in Loudoun County. I want to take 100% of the profits that I have through Red's Barbecue and put it forward to a barbecue speakeasy, because I love the word speakeasy, because you come there, you tell me what you want, I give it to you, and no words are exchanged. That's it.
Right.
You leave. I don't need a kiss. I don't need a hug. You just go."
Right.
And so that's kind of how it started. And so it started off with the fact that I thought that maybe 100 people would show up. 300 people showed up that first day.
Wow.
Through that one family, through the very first family. And they showed up, and so ever since then, we've progressed all the way to 700 and in 3 hours.
That's insane.
So I tell people, like, they may do barbecue, they may do food, but to serve 700 people in 3 hours, good luck.
No, it's astronomical, man.
It starts with my son's ability to me, to perceive that, hey, his buddy is not going to get food. Well, I'm not going to let that happen. And then like 2 weeks ago, I probably right across the street, like here, like if you look right across the street is Gold's Gym. I was at Gold's Gym for 2 weeks. And so they actually came there and they sat on the hillside. I didn't see them, and because we were really busy. And they were like, "Hey, Dad, we came there. We saw you. I'm going to get emotional. But we're proud."
Here. Look at this.
That's awesome, man.
$200.
You caught Red in a moment, guys.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, I heard you, Red. I want to introduce my buddy Jamie right here. He's our youth pastor at our church. Good friend of mine, great guy. That's CJ on the top, Red on the bottom. We're interviewing Red. So,
how you guys doing?
All right, Jamie, how you doing, brother?
Good. We're going to take a little picture while you guys finish up talking before I get started, and we're going to send it to a certain guy in Houston.
All right. All right, I'm gonna put you on mute then, okay?
Yeah.
So for me, to have them say, "Dad, we watched you do something important," there's no better feeling in the world as a dad.
Dude, that's insane, man. I wish my kids would be that proud of me, or I wish I could do something to make those kids that proud of me, man. That is beautiful. Like, dude, there's no other way to put it, man. And I'm glad you're not afraid to get emotional with us. And believe it or not, you're not the first one to cry on this show. We make Miss Booger cry all the time. So this is why I wanted you on. All right. Besides loving you, I love you, man. But to get you on here and explain what you do and what you're doing, and the impact it has not only on the world but on yourself.
Yeah.
It's it's real. You know, it's not something you're doing for the gram. You know, you're not doing it for rewards. You're not doing it for anything like that. And we need more of this in real life, in what's going on in the world today. And I felt like it was just something that I needed to share with our community more than what they probably already know. You know, does that make sense?
Right.
You know,
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm sure a lot of people are following you, you know, your stories on Instagram or, you know, Facebook or whatever. But to actually hear it from you, to have a conversation about it, this was important to me, and it needed. I felt like it needed to be done. So
I appreciate that.
I appreciate you coming on. I'm not ending it, but I'm just saying I appreciate you coming on, and you definitely honor us for being here. And that's enough ball washing. We're going to do a couple shots, or at least one big swig.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Nigel put $10.
Yes.
10 pounds for your son. Dead Broke Barbecue Ricer put a 25 in there.
Hold on.
Number
Let's
one.
see
Number two.
From Aim and Claim 'em. You're my boy, Blue. Gotta love him.
I love my boy.
YouTube freaks and barbecue peeps. All right, and the last but not least, and this one's gonna go straight to the head.
Oh no.
Oh, you got your Texas size shot out there. Here, let's. We gotta hear it.
That was beautiful. That was a
You like
beautiful
that sound?
noise. That was
Uncle
nice.
Steve from Uncle Steve Shake put $200 in the chat.
Hey, Uncle Steve
right.
has been a huge supporter of Red's Barbecue Relief for numerous weeks.
Yes, sir.
He donated numerous pounds of his own seasoning to my barbecue. And I tell people, they're like, hey, this barbecue is the most amazing barbecue I've ever had. And I'm like, it's not about the seasoning. It's not about the style and way you cook it. It's a combination of the two. And to me, that is an honor to what Steve is doing. Steve has an amazing barbecue product. He's got the perfect balance of, depending on what you're doing, like Lucas. Lucas loves his Gator seasoning. I've got his seasoning right behind me right now.
Right.
Of the Gator, and he will only eat chicken wings that season with the Gator.
Yep. Well, I gotta tell you real quick before we take our obligatory shots. I asked Steve to send me a bunch of little bottles so I could give them out when people buy hats and stuff like that. But he trusted, you know, at least my opinion, you know, amongst others, for the sweet and spicier. And I gave a little bottle to my daughter because her and Melise helped me, you know, do the taste test. And it was like, she was very proud. I'm like, you helped with this. You get to have a little bit of this. And she, you know, for, you know, my daughter, the girl, to be excited about a barbecue or a shake, you know, it was like, that's pretty freaking cool, man. So,
yeah.
All right.
I love that.
Uncle Steve, $200 in there. Dutch, what were you about to say?
Well, this one's for Ricer.
All right. Give it up for Ricer. What's up? Ricer, I appreciate you being here. Caught us at an emotional time. Where's Uncle Steve's? Oh, wait. Hold on. Since we're doing a cowboy shot.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm glad I got a preacher next to me, Uncle Steve. I might need him after this.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers. Woo!
Shit howdy. Larry, come pick it up. I'll give you a bottle. I got plenty for you, brother. Woo! Let us pray. All right, Miss Bugs. I love it. You gotta shake that one off a little bit.
Dude,
Kirby's
right
in the chat. What's up, Kirby? Actually,
Kirby.
Yes.
What's up, Kirby?
Kirby's on next week. We're gonna have a little chat with him.
I can't be here next week.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
Red should be careful now. CJ may tip up Reb, tie up Reb with the rope.
I could fill in if you need.
All right. You're always welcome. Got to put my best. All right. Side Yard Barbecue's in the chat. Hobo Nichol BBQ Testing Laboratory is in the chat.
What up, Hobo?
In there. What's up, Rob?
What up, Hobo?
Johnny View Grill. Johnny, I've actually been trying to get a hold of you. Email me about it. I want to talk to you about something. Guys, dude, really good times tonight. We're raising good money tonight. We're doing some good things. I didn't tell Mrs. CJ that I'm coming out of pocket for the 30% that he takes out. So the more money we raise tonight, the more.
Bring it. Hey,
doghouse.
I want to put CJ so far in the doghouse he can't get out of the doghouse.
Oh, I love it. All right, Dutch, you want to ask some questions or have Pastor Jamie talk about it? Can he pray for us?
Yes, he can. Yes, he can. This is a guy, CJ, if you remember last year, for Dash's hot seat.
Yeah.
I was in Michigan. This is that guy. That's his home turf.
Right.
It's up by GR
Maryland.
Michigan, Grand Rapids. So
yeah. Very cool, man.
All right, Red, you ready for some fun questions instead of CJ's boring ass questions?
They're not the boring ones this time.
Did whenever you talk, it's boring. Just saying. And if you're gonna do it right.
That's the only
all right. Red, first question. This from Russell at Raspberry Rock. He wants to know how many chicks did that hat get you?
0, because I'm faithfully married.
Attaboy.
He said that because the preacher man's here. I know it.
Or his wife standing behind the camera.
Yeah.
Oh, or because I want to get lazy tonight. One or two.
There you go, brother. All right, where did you come up with the name Red Force One?
I came up with the name of Red through my dad. My dad passed away when I was 18. He always called me Red, and I never liked the name because everybody used to call me Red when I was growing up as a negative term.
Right.
And so, it was one of those things where I didn't like the name, but at the same time, now, like 30 years later, 40 years later, it was one of those things where Red Force One, Air Force One, I work for Department of State. I feel as though it's time that I embrace the name Red because I've got red beard, red hair. That's what I came up with.
He has beard. He looked like shit. I'm telling Jamie.
Holy shit! Did you guys hear that lightning?
That was loud, bro.
It sounded a little more like thunder than lightning.
God damn, white boy, that shit was loud, man. Shit.
Hey, Miss CJ's in the chat. Say hi.
Hi, Miss CJ.
Hi, baby doll. All right. Let's see.
We're outside.
Kris from Eastwind Farms wants to know, Red, what was your MOS?
7041 Aviation Operations.
Okay, there you go, Kris. Straight, simple, to the point. Just like a good old jarhead would answer, right? All right. Mr. Mega Fred Zeppelin wants to know, Red, what is your favorite pizza?
Margarita. I always go, no matter where I go, I always order the margarita as an example as to how the rest of the night is going to go. So if I go to an Italian restaurant, I say, give me the margarita. If it's not a good margarita, I don't order anything else. But if it's very good, I order like 3 or 4 more pies.
Wow.
There you go. All right. 2-part question here. 2 different guys. Grumpus on Fire wants to know, Red, what happened to the beard? And Pickles wants to know, when's the beard making its return?
It's funny. I grew the beard for 6 years. And the 6 years that I grew it, I did it for an experiment without telling anybody. And I wanted to prove the point that no matter how you look, you should never judge a book by the cover.
Right.
And for me, it was, I never changed. My looks may have changed, but who you get doesn't change. So the end result of what I do, the product, doesn't change. And sure enough, through those 6 years, I was able to show my kids that growing a beard makes you into a certain group of people. And so those people will put you into a definition. And so I was able to get less work. I say work, like working for the Olympics or, special benefits and that sort of thing, because of what I did, because of how I looked, versus how I looked, versus how I performed. My performance never stopped, but the way I looked changed. So the message was received, and that you may be able to change the way you look, but who you are inside never changes.
Right. I agree. I mean, CJ,
and I lost thousands of dollars because of that, but I knew what I was getting into. I just wanted to prove a point.
Right.
CJ put on the hat, and he's still the same asshole he is when he wears a ball cap.
He won't get that super chat. He won't.
Sorry about that, CJ.
Yep.
All right. Adam, Yoakum 294.
I love Adam.
Just wanted to throw in a comment. He wanted to say thank you, Red, for being a great mentor towards him.
Adam is one of these people who I think from the get-go, he's always asked me whether he should have a channel or not. And I'm always like, why not have a channel? You should always look at your channel and say, hey, why shouldn't I not put myself out there? And Adam is a cool dude. He's got a great family life. He's a firefighter. Yep. I've sent him just recently a free digital thermometer that I received from the folks, and I wanted him to have it. And so he loves it. And so for me, it doesn't get any better than that supports somebody who loves the family, who's a firefighter, who has a great family, than that. So he's a great dude.
Agreed.
I agree.
I think Yoakum should take a shot right now.
Yoakum, make it happen.
All right. A couple more comments for you. One from Camp Meat Barbecue says, please tell Red I said hi.
Love him.
And Ray at Newcomb Barbecue says, Red is a true American hero times 2. So
right on. Thank you so much.
All right. Daryl, Bad Beast Barbecue wants to know, Red, what is your most unique pizza? I don't know if he means one you've consumed or one you've made, but give us both.
Right. Great question, Daryl. Daryl, I've been a fan of yours for a long time, and these whiskey drinks go back to a lot of what you do. I love Daryl. Daryl at Bad Beast Barbecue is an amazing man. So for me, Daryl, I would have to say, if I were to make a pizza for you, Daryl, I would make a prosciutto with arugula and an 18-year vintage. Yeah, I'll go 18-year vintage balsamic vinaigrette with a little bit of sharp prosciutto on top, and I would give that to you. And so for me, that's what I would serve you, and I would be also obliged to receive.
That actually sounds really dang good. Now you got me hungry over here, right?
I'll feed you any day of the week. If I can move you out of your state and you come here to Virginia, I would feed you any day, your entire family.
Oh, wow.
Daryl said, damn, that sounds good. Yes, sir.
Yeah, it does, Daryl. All right. Josh and Babe asked what you're sipping on. You already answered that. But second part is, I'm sure this is more Josh than Babe. What's your favorite bourbon, Red?
Bourbon. I'm a simple man, as they say. For me, I'm all about the Kentucky bourbon. It's all about the origination of everything, whether it be Napolitan on pizza or whether it be barbecue or whether it be. And it's funny because there's an argument right now. Where did barbecue originate? Did it originate in Virginia or did it originate in North Carolina? And so right now, the argument is where did all that originate? So for me, bourbon originated in Kentucky and, of course, Tennessee. Wow. So I'm all about the Jack Daniels.
Sounds good to me.
All right. Related question. KC from NTBA wants to know, Red, what's your favorite IPA?
You suck.
That's a tough question.
Damn. Now you're like asking which son and daughter do I love? Fuck you. All right, but I think it's worth a response though. I think like you need to tell what you really love. So for me, anything produced by Treehouse, which is in Massachusetts, that's my number one. And anything produced by Aslan, which is in Northern Virginia, is my number two. And I'm gonna take a drink to that. Unicorn vomit.
Do it.
And it's raining.
I was gonna say, I heard that.
Perfect. Why wouldn't it? So, all right. Russell from Raspberry Rock wants to know, Red, what is the hardest item to cook on Red Force One?
Pizza. Pizza is the hardest item to cook on Red Force One because. God damn. Because I'm the only pizza aiolo on Red Force One. So for me, if I'm doing a big event, it's all about who I can bring on with me and who I can have available at the time.
Your buddy Charlie's threatening me in the chat. He says, ask my question or you don't get paid.
Now, Pickles, we made this a nice friendly night where there's no pickle time out.
And so you want to be a jackwagon.
Yeah, yelling at kids not going to keep you from not getting timed out.
I will take a dull butter knife and cut off that damn Fu Man. Okay, speaking of pickles, Red, where's the bunny suit?
It's upstairs. I had the bunny suit upstairs. It's still with me.
All right.
I'm so glad you left that.
Are we doing a cheers because of that?
I think we need a shot for leaving the bunny suit off.
All right, bunny suit.
Well, I'm telling you what, you already missed Easter, so you might as well wear it for Halloween.
Oh, look at this. Watch this.
Oh, nice.
Oh, dude, you need to move?
No, I'm good.
All right.
Dude, that's funny.
You didn't tell me you live next to a river with rapids.
That's funny. That's insane.
Well, be careful. Don't float away.
My tennis shoes are wet, but it's all good.
All right.
Ooh,
I got about 3 more for you, Red, if you're up for them.
I'm up for whatever you want. Gorgeous.
All right. Sweet Lou Calamatas.
Calamides in the house.
All right. If anything, what's the biggest transition from backyard to catering / restaurant service? And is there anything that took you by surprise, Red?
That's a great question, man. I'll tell you what. Yes, absolutely. I think one of the things that I am more impressed with over the quantity is if you're honest about what you smoke, and if you love what you smoke, you're not going to sacrifice the process. So regardless if you smoke 100 or 600, you won't forget the process. So, and that's the one thing that I've always took in. Like Cosmos Q, he sponsored me through a lot of these, along with Steve from Uncle Steve's Shake. They believe that if it's one rib, it should taste the same as the 600th rib. And that's the same process that I observed. And that's difficult because you have to really understand every single rib that you have is its own individual. And for me, that took some time to kind of acquire, but through 2 to 3 weeks, I was able to learn every single piece of pork or meat or whatever I was cooking is completely unique.
Definitely. And you can have 6 brisket, and they're all different.
Yeah.
100%. 100%.
All right. Texas Barbecue Chapter wants to know, what locations have you given back to since you started Red's Barbecue Relief?
Wow. Great question. I've given over 5,250 meals to my community. And so for me, I've given my heart. I've given my soul. Because it's not only those 5,250 meals, it's everything that anybody that knows anything about barbecue that takes to make that barbecue. So whether it's 12 hours or 15 hours, it's taking that amount of time to make that same amount of barbecue. So I've given a lot.
Yeah. I've watched what you've done, and you've definitely, a lot of it on Facebook, but you've definitely been putting out the food. That's for sure, brother.
Yeah.
So, all right, I got one last comment for you, and that's from CJ's neighbor, Larry Highland. It says, "Red, you should have left the chops."
I will do the chops again. I promise you. I caught a lot of slack from getting rid of the chops. And it's funny, like my wife is like messaging me through Facebook. Be careful of the lightning rays right now. What's going on right now? But I agree with you in that when I did the chops, I wanted to be different. But at the same time, the next day, the Assistant Secretary for the United States of America was coming to my barbecue. I had to share the chops.
All right, we get that.
Nothing wrong with that. I think I saw it in the comments somewhere. What you need to do is, while you're doing these, is keep the beard tucked under, and then come out and say you have a famous sports star out there, and then you can come out as Seamus. So, all right, we have one more question. Oh, Nigel, put it in there. Put it in again. I'll ask it quick. Missed the question from Nigel, obviously. But Mona has the question of the night. And she really wants to know, Red, does pineapple belong on pizza?
Yes.
Good man.
I think it does.
Shane says pineapple is the devil on pizza. Pineapple, Italian sausage, Canadian bacon. Boom, you're done.
Yeah.
Nigel, expound upon that because I did not see it.
All right, can I take over?
Ask a question, and then when Nigel gets his full question in there, I'm going to interrupt you like you do me so often.
No problem. A couple more people jumped in the chat while you guys were chatting. Tom's Tinkering Adventures. Dwayne is in there. B&B Forge. What's up, guys? Appreciate you coming in. We got 51 in the chat right now. I think that's it. All right, cool. So I know you still got your daytime gig, right? You're still obviously working for the government, all that. Is there becoming a point or a trend or a thought in your mind where it's about time to transition to doing Red's BBQ and Pizzeria all the time?
Absolutely. And I think that's a great question that any entrepreneur has. I've actually been approached by Shark Tank. And
really?
Yeah, I have.
That's
awesome.
So
my brother, who lives in Dallas, who lives next to one of the producers of Shark Tank, of course, Mark Cuban, they've asked if I want to be on Shark Tank. So I've kicked it around. I looked at the various barbecue joints that have been on Shark Tank. And in the very near future, I think you could see Reds on Shark Tank.
It's on the screen.
That's amazing, man. I want you to expand on that in a second, but Pastor Jamie over there put something in the chat for all of us to know that Kent is not wearing any pants. So thanks for that, Pastor Jamie.
Isn't he the greatest?
Oh, that's awesome. So what exactly will you be trying to get the funding for on Shark Tank?
So the funding on Shark Tank would be for an expansion of the concept of Reds.
Like the truck or the Red Force One?
Destination style eating.
Okay.
So one of the things that hasn't been publicly announced is the fact that being able to go out to a restaurant and not have the facility of having a person hovering over you and giving you a ticket in order to pay. You know, it's one of those things where you need to go there, hang out, make memories. That doesn't exist in the United States. And like I told the people at not only Shark Tank, but the producers and everybody who I come in contact with, it's about the memories you make. It's not about the money you make. It's not about the scale. It's about the memories you make. And as long as people keep that in concept, you know, you're going to make a lot of money. And so they've looked back at the feed and they're like, you know what? We could use somebody like you on the show.
Okay. That's amazing, man. And again, good things happen to be good people. And, you know, I hope to see something good come of that for sure. That's I don't know if this is like the right kind of questioning, but like, do your superiors or whoever know that this is the direction you're going? Is it something they support?
They do.
You know? Okay.
Actually, last week was the very final week that I had the Red's Barbecue Relief. The Assistant Secretary for the United States State Department, who is the #1 person for diplomatic security, who I work for, came out to support what I did.
Very
So if I've got the #1 support of the highest level of the department, even if they don't come out and say who they are and what they do, the fact that I deliver the best barbecue to them means the world to me.
That's like Kate just said. That's awesome. I mean, it's nice to have the support and not the, I'm assuming you're very good at your job. They love you where you're at. They cherish, your work ethic, all that stuff. So to see that, possibly going away, that could actually turn some people sour, but they're actually supporting you, and I think that's freaking awesome. So,
all right, CJ, it's my turn to interrupt you.
Okay, go for it, bro.
All right, Nigel's question. Kris was nice enough to highlight it for me and send it to me. Your choice of 3 dinner guests, Red, not including friends or family. Who are they?
3 dinner guests. I would have to take this back to the people who I've always grown up watching. And that would have to be Justin Wilson. Yan can't cook. And my buddy Yan can't cook. And the dude that just passed away recently from suicide.
Bourdain.
Yeah, Anthony Bourdain. I would want those 3.
No Coach Landry in there?
No.
Oh, wow.
Let put Justin Timberlake. No.
No, Justin Timberlake.
No.
All right. Good effort.
Justin Timberlake claims not to even know you, CJ, wearing that hat.
That's some bullshit right there. He bought me.
I think he just became.
That's not only bullshit. That's horseshit.
That's horseshit.
He became a Reds barbecue fan because Red's wearing the nice hat.
Oh God, the first time,
All right, let's see. I got one more for you. Quick one, Red. Russell from Raspberry Rock. The Queen is coming to eat at Red Force 1. What are you cooking for her?
Brisket.
Straight up
brisket. There you go.
Brisket. That's the hardest cut of meat to cook. And to me, that is the sign of a true pitmaster.
Yeah. By the way, CJ, Mona says, please keep the hat on.
I love Mona. Mona
is
a beautiful woman.
Mrs. CJ is watching the chat. She's getting jealous. She's putting them hearts in there.
Baby, I'm getting a little jelly.
When you look at all this, of course you get those some hearts.
Yeah.
Marcella's in the chat. How you guys doing? We got anybody else? I think I said James. James was here.
Dude, you look great with that hat on.
I love this hat. And Mrs. CJ does not like this hat at all.
Why not?
She's like, she doesn't, I don't know.
She doesn't dig it, huh?
It gives you too much poontang.
It's maybe I just look too masculine.
You know what? Mrs. CJ needs to go back and watch the movie Urban Cowboy, and then maybe she'll grow a liking to the hat.
That's fucking John Travolta.
Because this hat gets me a lot of poontang.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Mrs. Red likes the hat, huh?
Yeah, she does. Like, I'm gonna go upstairs right now and give it a shot, but it ain't gonna work.
I love that she Melise jumped in the chat just to throw an eye roll in.
All right. You want me to ask one or two more, CJ, or what do you want me to do?
We're ready to start kind of wrapping this up. I'm not going to ask the traditional hot seat questions, all that bullshit. We've done it before. So go for it, man.
Eric at Camp House Barbecue wants to know, Red, are you and Red Force 1 ready to get in a barbecue wagon battle with him?
I am. I'm 100% ready. Bring it.
You know he's got that awesome air horn that plays the what's it called again? The Dixie what? The theme from
Dukes of Hazzard.
Come on.
yeah, from Dukes of Hazzard, but it's called the Dick.
Say it. Come on.
I can't remember the name of it. I can't remember the name of it.
Come on. It's choking you, but you can say it.
Land of Cotton.
I missed it, man.
Don't remember.
Eric, wrote in the chat. I forgot the name of it.
That's horrible.
Dixie Chicks? No.
Yes.
No.
I'm more than ready.
No, it's not the Dixie Chicks. All right.
Dixieland?
No.
No. Sorry, Dan. Nice try.
All right. Woody from Morningwood BBQ wants to know, does Red have a brother by the name of Bruce Willis?
No, I don't. My brother left me.
Your brother's name is Justin.
Justin Wilson?
No, it's not Justin Wilson.
All right. Tom's Food Factory wants to know, Red, when you do barbecue, is it Texas style or Southern?
That's a great question. I pride myself in U.S. regional barbecue. So when it comes to beef, Texas reigns supreme for beef. When it comes to ribs, Memphis reigns supreme for ribs. When it comes to pork, North Carolina runs supreme for pork.
Okay. There you go, Tom. If you were here earlier, you would have heard Red answer that earlier. Thanks for being late, Tom. Your pay is being cut. All right. Russell, I'm sorry I asked every one of your questions tonight. I will try harder next week to avoid some of them. I saw that in the chat. And Bushy Bato. Red, did you ever get the Done Right barbecue sticker off of Red Force One?
No, I did. I did get the Done Right barbecue off of my Red Force One, and it's funny because Andrew over at Done Right, who is the pit master for Myra Mixon, has joined Red Force One.
Nice.
So now you got to put it back on there.
Yeah. So who's cheating on who?
Hey, if he's at your house.
Yep. You're in the clear if he's at your house.
I'm just saying.
All right. Let me see. Let me scroll back. Tom, blah, blah, blah. That's that one. Baby doll's in there. I believe that's all I have for you, brother.
All right. All right, Red, couple more questions on my end, and we'll wrap this bad boy up and get to the after show where we can start having some real fun.
All right.
How would you describe your barbecue style? I know you just said each meat has a purpose, but like what you put into it, what would you do? What do you do differently than me or Ken?
I definitely respect each cut of meat. And so for me, when it comes to beef, it's Texas style. When it comes to pork and ribs, it's about Memphis style. When it comes to ribs, it's about Carolina style. I love the art of barbecue. I love the art of the flame. I love the art of everybody has their own beauty. But at the same time, everybody can define who's best in what. So for me, that's what I define as in who does what best.
Now, do you when you're looking at the brisket and all that stuff, do you add a touch of your own on it? Like, do you put your own spin on, like, say, a brisket, for lack of a better word, or whatever?
Yeah. So for me, brisket, and it's funny you mentioned brisket, is salt and pepper only. I've always followed those rules. You know, no matter what I do or how I do it, it's when I talk beef, it's only salt and pepper. And it always behooves people, like, no way, you've got to have something else into this. I'm like, nope, it's salt and pepper. When I talk pork, these last few weeks, you know, Uncle Steve's Shake Shack has sponsored these last few weeks of Red's Barbecue Relief. It's not about who sponsors you. It's about how you deliver the product. And so for me, it's about the layering of the wood that I have. And so for me, I layer oak, hickory, and cherry as the oak flavoring to the different product that I serve. So it is a combination of all those three different kinds of wood that I feel as though delivers the most consistency when it comes to my wood. So that you put in your mouth, that's what it's about.
Right on. All right, Ken, I saw a couple more questions fly by, and I saw you lose your shit. So there must be something funny in there. What you got?
I'm not going to say the name who this came from, but it arrived on here. So if you can see that name, go ahead. Red, have you ever watched Varsity Blues?
Yes.
One of my favorite flicks.
Okay. With CJ wearing that hat, does he look like an old Billy Bob from Varsity Blues?
Yes.
Oh, Robert Williams.
Yes.
William Robert.
Puke and Rally. All right. I promise I won't say any names, but damn it, Shane, you made me laugh when you text that to me.
That's funny.
Okay. Let's see. A couple more here. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Brother James, aim him and claim him. Red, if you weren't barbecuing, had Red Force One, what would your passion be laid into?
My family.
Fair enough. That's a good place to lay it, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's easy. That's an easy one. For me, family takes up as much time as barbecue does. And barbecue can take up to 16 hours. And I've lost every single weekend. For the last 2 months to my passion of barbecue. And I can say that I miss my family more than anything.
Right.
Yeah.
They have your support, though, right?
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. I can see watching you serve them people. I can, even though you got your mask on, I can see the smile on your face and your eyes of what you're doing. And, it's amazing how many meals that, you've served. So I'm sure everybody's very thankful that you were out there and able to do that with a lot of great sponsors like what you mentioned.
5,250. I look back at that and think it started with a comment of my middle son about one person. And how lucky I am to be able to provide that to people.
If you add it up, Red, that's more than a mile of meals. 52.50.
Insane.
All right. Dwayne wants to know if you only have 5 ingredients on a pizza, what would your choices be?
That's easy. That's really easy because I believe the fewer the better. I believe that you should have flour, you should have water, you should have yeast, you should have salt, and outside of that, you should have cheese. So anything above that is bonus. So if you want to have pepperoni, if you want to have prosciutto, whatever the case may be, that's fine with me. But at the same time, those 5 things are the main ingredients when it comes to Napolitano pizzas.
I think he was talking above the crust.
You don't have above the crust when it comes to Napolitano.
Well, your toppings. What 5 toppings? Other than your pie.
I would have prosciutto. I would have arugula, baby arugula. I would have pepperoni.
What about the
I would have aged balsamic vinaigrette. And
Can
I
you
would
say
have,
pineapple just to piss off Charlie?
and I would have pineapple.
There you go.
What about the sauce, Red? What does the sauce consist of?
It consists of San Marzano, tomatoes, and salt only.
Really?
100%.
Simpler the better on the sauce.
100%. Don't mess around with the ingredients.
Yep. Those San Marzanos, they're exactly what you need, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
I agree.
All right. Grumpus on Fire wants to say, thanks, Red, for raising the bar for the rest of us. I've got some work to do.
Yeah.
And let's see. I can't ask that one, Russell, or I'll ask all your questions again.
Shit.
Unless it's the only question I see, and damn it, it is. If you could change one design thing about Red Force One, what would it be?
The Santa Maria grill. I would change the depth of the grill itself. I would love to have a grill that I could do Brazilian barbecue a lot more efficiently.
Can you put your Rodizio? Is your Rodizio on the Red Force One?
It is, and
I didn't remember seeing it. So
I've actually bought two now, and so the two Rodizios are going to be on there once they get them in stock. But at the same time, the depth is way too high, so I've got to have more fuel when it comes to the Rodizio. So I would request that the folks from Tomasi make me a product that will work better with my system.
Well, if that's the only complaint you have, I think you're doing pretty good for that setup you got.
Yeah.
So maybe a couple more TVs and a few more speakers, huh? A couple subwoofers and a big amp.
That's right.
Maybe a hot tub.
Maybe that'll give me first place in like a competition. Yeah.
You know, you could do the old redneck hot tub with the tarp in the back of that truck. All right. One last one from Dwayne. What is your favorite food memory from your childhood, Red?
The first thing that popped into my mind was eating a hot dog with my dad at A&W Root Beer.
Nothing better.
Yeah.
All right, brother. Hey, that's all the questions I got for you. So, CJ, he's all yours, buddy.
All right, guys. I think it's time to wrap it up. I'm not going to ask the normal hot seat questions. Red's already answered them, and I think we've got more than enough out of Big Red tonight. Kent, as always, great job, brother. Yeah. Red, would you like to say anything on the way out, man?
No, I just want to thank everybody for the love and the support. You guys, for believing in me and this journey of love, family, and passion and barbecue, and being faithful when it comes to watching me develop into what I've become right now, and which is the 501c3. And so, anytime there is an emergency, whether it be West Virginia, Pennsylvania, Virginia, you name it, I'll be there. And that 501c3 is all about serving free food to a community that's in need. So if you guys know of anybody that's in need, that's in this region, I'm there. You let me know. I'm driving up there.
So if I have a free week next year and I, for some reason, decide to head out east, you gonna keep me busy for a few days?
I guarantee you I will.
All right. Awesome. Sounds great, brother.
All right, guys. Red, I love you, bud. I'm so glad you're here. You did everything I hoped for. Like, this is exactly what I wanted on this show, especially in this shit show called life. we needed a good hour and a half of just bullshit drinking, talking about what's good in life. So I thank you very much for being on. For all those that love the hat, you never know when it might make an appearance. But I'm pretty sure Mr. CJ is going to burn this sucker pretty soon.
Yeah, well, no. You just bring it to Vegas and it'll disappear to Iowa.
There you go. Let's see. Dutch again.
Come down here.
I'm pretty sure it'll still fit you. Dutch, great job as always, man. Thank you for taking all the shots and taking that big shot for Uncle Steve. Uncle Steve, thank you again for being such a huge supporter of not only our show, but of Red and Red Force One. Guys, there's nothing much more I can say tonight. I'm so happy we're on. I feel a lot better, so thank you, Red, for sharing. Thank you for getting a little sentimental with us and a little verklempt. You know, it's always nice to feel good about that stuff. Next week's guest is Cooking with Kirby. He finally, hammered me down to get a good time on there and get on here and bullshit together. So my SoCal boy, if the COVID wasn't going around, we'd do a live one from the backyard, do some grilling and all that shit. But unfortunately,
you can still do that. It's just you put Kirby in the hot tub and you'll be in the pool.
All right. We'll figure that out. All right, guys. If you want to come on the after show, hit me up. I'll send you the link. Other than that, I hope you all have a wonderful week. Thank you all for being here. We love you.